My name's Drake. This is Shoryuken. We got our Butt of the Week Ernie with us today. First off, what I wanted to touch with about you guys is on Stats Royale. We had some. Let me pull it up real quick. If we can pull up Stats Royale, the usage rates for this week, I guess, have been changing around a little bit from what I've seen.
What's the highest use rate?
Currently, Scaly Army has been going up a bit.
Frick.
Yes, it's very strange.
Yeah, I think it's in all arenas, and that's how it correlates.
Oh, it's Halloween. Okay, seems good.
Pretty nice.
Currently, the highest is Prince at 60.
Prince.
No, sorry, I'm wrong. That's Minions at 61%. Is the win rate.
I can understand Minions. Minions are good.
Minions are very good. With the
Top tier
usage
card.
are 15.9. Highest usage is still Zap though. Be at 45.2.
Zap
Win
will
rate is
always be high. You can't make
58.5.
Zap bad.
Well,
You can
Zap
never
is.
make Zap bad.
There are 2 good 2-drop spells, and then there's Snowball, and they're gonna keep buffing Snowball until it becomes meta. And when it becomes meta, it's gonna be better than Zap.
And then it's gonna get nerfed again.
Yes,
Hard.
that's how it works. Like, they buffed Valkyrie 6 times now, and she's been meta for like 3 months? 2 months?
3 months.
Somewhere around that time? Yeah, like 3 months or so. And in those 3 months, we've had public outcry, and nothing has happened. So
Yeah, because it's barely getting spotlight now. Like the witch, it got
They
spotlight
said
for
that they
like a minute or two.
Supercell actually said that they were going to try and buff the knight, kind of to give like a variety. But since
Yeah.
they saw that didn't work, they're going to nerf her in this coming balance change. And I'm hoping that they also buff the Royal recruits to 7 elixir for this update.
Oh, for sure, they're doing that. They're doing that.
I'm a free-to-play player, and I play Nat a lot. The buff helped me a lot because it one-shots goblins.
Same for me. But like,
I actually hope that they don't take from this Valkyrie nerf. I really hope that they don't take away that instant swing, but they just reduce some health.
Yeah,
because
like
with that instant
is
swing, you're able to actually
her best
one-shot
thing.
entire goblin barrel if you place it early enough.
Like, her best thing is like her ability to defend. Okay, so here's what I've been playing with. Like, when I play Valk, okay, I'll play Tesla, Expo Tesla Valk. So I can Tesla to take their golem, and then Valk take out the entire rest of their push, and it's easy. 8 elixir for their 15.
Yeah,
and it works every single time. And that's a testament for how big her HP is. I think it's 1600 right now. 1600 something.
At max, it's
at
like
level 7.
2400.
Oh, for sure. Like, max Valk is super bad.
More health than Prince.
And right now,
Yes.
like, you going like if you're around like 4,300 or 4,600 trophies, then you're going to be seeing a lot of max level Valk or in max level rares in general.
Mm-hmm. But
and the thing is, with Valk, it's super versatile. You can play with any deck.
yes, Lava Loon's running it. Freaking Lava Loon is running Valk.
Yeah,
That's a
I saw
testament
that on
like,
Stats Royale, one of the decks, and I was completely surprised by that. And that just goes to show how meta it is.
If you think about it, like, it makes sense. Okay, so do I play? Okay, so here's my choices: Ice Golem, Knight, Dark Prince, or Valk. Here's my main choices, along with like maybe Lumberjack or Mini P.E.K.K.A. You want high DPS? Well, here's Mini P.E.K.K.A. And here's these like Lumberjack. Okay. Well, if you think about it, their health isn't all that great. What is that deck trying to do? Trying to defend? Okay. Well, that eliminates Lumberjack and Mini P.E.K.K.A. So we have, I mean, maybe Dark Prince too. Probably Dark Prince. So we now have Ice Golem, and we now have Knight, and we now have Valk. Those are our 3 main options. Valk is just better Knight. Let's be frank. And honestly, Ice Golem is only good at 2 things, being killing swarm troops and distracting other units.
Yeah, the Ice Golem I love because of the pulling ability in for multiple different troops.
Yeah. Like, that's his big thing. But if you're going for like, okay, I don't need to pull anything because I have such a strong defensive deck already, it's Knight versus Valkyrie. And then it becomes which do I have higher level? And if I'm playing Tournament Standard, you're just going to play Valk.
Also, let me mention real quick that whenever I'm using Ice Golem for my Expo deck, you just got to remember how cheap it is, and also the fact that the Ice Nova actually helps to kill off a lot of
how slow down. Yeah. But for me, if you're worried about swarms, Valk also does that. Sure, she does not target flying swarms such as Minion Horde
Right.
or bats or something like that. However, she has the HP to tank for it for a good 7 seconds, which is insane.
Yeah.
It's like
the thing I hate of
like a
the
P.E.K.K.A.
balance
can
of
do that. Like that's how insane it is.
Okay, do
Like
you want to talk about the balance updates? What you think is
for
good
the 4th, like in the
the
last
nerf
balance
damage.
update.
I like to call this update or this balance change update the indirect buffs to snowball update, but non-direct.
Oh, for sure.
Like, do you want to talk about the new balance update that's probably gonna come up soon? Like
Probably gonna
predict the
come up
balance
soon.
update.
Like predicting it.
Well,
Yeah.
easy predictions are Royal Recruits buff and then Valkyrie nerf. I
I
don't
would
think the Royal Giant rework is quite ready yet, but it'd be a
no.
surprise if it were already ready. You know, the sooner the
If they
better.
buff Royal Giant, they have to buff Mortar because Royal Giant hard counters the crap out of Mortar.
Could you no Royal Giant? Easy win with Mortar. Oh, those were the days. You just wait for them to play RG and you just play Mortar and they just shoot tower anyways.
Do you think
Oh,
they're gonna touch guards at all?
I think
Guards,
guards are
I don't
fine.
think so.
Like guards are in like one of the few spots, like Ice Golem, where they should not touch it. They're fine as they are. But what I would like to actually see is like, okay, here are our problem cards. What if we buff other cards so you have more options or more cards, or these other cards
Like,
counter this one particular troop better, or this one particular spell better?
or you think like doing like once
Like
they
what?
buff if they did Valk at night, maybe they're gonna do that for more cards
Like yeah,
Infernal
like what they.
Dragon or Infernal Tower like that.
It's an easy Inferno Dragon every time still. Like Inferno Tower used to be played, and even
But
then that was back in like when Lightning was super popular.
like
But now it
maybe
just like
they'll make
isn't even an
Infernal
option.
Tower. They're gonna buff Infernal Tower and make Infernal Dragon. But in draft mode, if you get to choose either one, it's gonna be a harder choice to choose.
I actually
mean,
wouldn't be surprised to see an Inferno Tower buff, especially when they're trying to make that more popular. Because Inferno Tower isn't really doing too well, though. I think last time I checked, it had like a 9% usage rate. It's just doing okay. But I also want to mention that Supercell has been doing a great job now of taking a look at all the unpopular cards, because we've seen some unpopular card revivals like Bomb Tower, and I think there was one other one earlier. But I would not be surprised to see one random bad card be kind of revived or buffed.
yeah,
They're
like
gonna do the
speaking out, like
reworks of Clone and Heal.
since you
Rework.
like, yeah, they'll have to work on that eventually. But since you touched it on Bomb Tower, I still want to make my comment of how I think it, while it is very good now for every single ground troop and it's super tanky, I still think it's just a worse Tesla. Because
Yep.
Tesla takes down minions, which is the biggest thing. And it has a high enough DPS, you can kill a big old tank and drag it somewhere if it's like a golem or a giant. Or if you have a tank like P.E.K.K.A., you can distract it with skeletons or some other troop and then just kill it with Tesla.
I still see the Bomb Tower as just the AoE Tesla. Obviously, it
Oh,
can't
for
hit
sure.
like air and such like that. It's not a bad card. I mean,
No,
most
it's
people
not.
are going to favor Tesla, but it's not a bad card, especially like when I did the video on it. Like on one of the tips, I said, you know, you can, if they try and just pointlessly throw air troops at it, which is a very realistic thing that happens. Like I've had tons of people just randomly throw air units or minions at the river to kill a bomb tower that's just sitting there, not
Because it's
defending
so
against
annoying.
anything. And I'm like,
Maybe
okay, they don't have
Bomb
minions.
Tower
Use your
easier.
balloon. You use that to bait it out.
Mm-hmm. Like, Bomb Tower is now actually good at what it does, at being
Yeah.
the tankiest building ever to exist.
A lot of people told me though that it's based in the bomb tower, but just make its health almost non-existent now. But after doing a lot of tests, it basically has just enough
it's
health
still
to
really
do
good.
a lot of interactions where it's able to survive or get the job done.
Oh, for sure. But I've also been looking at the GC use rate and win rate for things. First 3 things are spells. That's honestly kind of seems like a problem for me. And then after that, we have Mega Minion and Valk.
Yeah, Mega
Just
I'm
like that.
surprised to see Mega Minion out there more often, especially since like the nerf it got wasn't bad. It wasn't like a huge nerf that was going to throw it down or down at
No.
all. But to
It's
see
just
it
a
at
slight
the
nerf.
top is pretty odd.
Like, okay, so Mega Man has a 78 win percentage, and it just went up another percentage or so. But so far, like, if you really think about it, Mega Man solos every single job. Can't get fireballed. Or, like, doesn't get spell value. And it takes down any air troops surprisingly well still. And
Yeah.
it does do enough DPS to take down, like, tanks or other fireball-y types of troops without
Even if
dying.
they
And
add a
still,
motor card like me.
Yeah, it just brings mega value altogether.
meta minion confirmed.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. I'll revive that term. Anyway, you were saying something, Shoryuken?
Yeah, like another air card.
Oh, okay. Also, the Royal Hogs, 81.5% for a win rate, but their usage is 22%. Like,
Only skilled.
it's been going down a little bit. It just went down almost 5%. Like, that's
a lot.
actually kind of surprising. Like, my problem is it has an 80% win rate. But then again, everything at a GC has an 80% win rate. Okay, so we have our friend Actness joining in. So you should be back at any point.
I'm actually back.
Oh, hey Actness, how's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah, we're just talking about like how win percentages for GCs and
Yeah.
usage rates currently. We've touched over what we think are going to happen in the balance updates, some other stuff.
What were the
Okay.
three
Can we get your feedback on that?
So basically, what I've been seeing a lot in GC is Royal Hogs. So
Oh, for sure.
I'm hoping. What I'm thinking is they're gonna probably do a nerf with Royal Hogs, and that will probably decrease the usage rate with Royal Hogs because Royal Hogs currently. I'm pretty sure they have a pretty high usage rate in GCs.
Usage rate is 22.1
22.1.
currently.
Okay.
But they have
so
a win rate of
that's-
81.5. Currently, the
that's
highest one
strong.
other than Magic Archer, which is 83.4.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm
incredibly
actually
strong.
predicting just a nerf that's not bad, but it's not. It's basically not going to have, or how do I say it? It's not going to be a nerf that's going to bring them down to how they used to be. It's going to be a little bit better.
Okay. I just looked at this, but I can confirm Royal Giant has a 100% win rate and a GC, but a
which card?
0% usage rate. Royal Giant is used 0% of the time. Win rate is used 100% of the time. Therefore, needs a nerf.
I don't know if it's just me, but every time I played Royal Giant or someone else has played Royal Giant on tournament standard, I always either lose or win.
It's actually super good in tournament standard. It's like what I see it as is just a ranged giant, which it is, but like it has so many interesting interactions. Like it can snipe these buildings and it can push through it. Like okay, here I'll put it this way. So like they play a defensive bomb tower, like we were talking about earlier. You can play this RG to snipe it, and then you can continue your push. You can play more swarm troops. Like you have all these interesting interactions. I have to save a specific building for it. They have to play in a different way. Like I actually kind of don't mind RG existing, like most other people.
Do you want to talk about Magic Archer?
Magic Archer?
Ooh.
The highest skill. Okay, we're gonna go into skill caps once again. My personal top 3: Magic Archer, Ice Spirit, and probably Skeletons.
Skeletons.
And weren't you mentioning Tornado earlier?
Shoryuken was mentioning Tornado. I'm not a big fan of it being a high skill cap card.
I play Mortar Tornado and versus Beatdown. Tornado spell helps that out a lot.
Oh, for sure. But like from when I play Tornado, there's 4 general spots. It is to pull to your King Tower, pulling to the middle, pulling like a Goblin Barrel to the corner, or pulling their troops to the middle or to an Executioner. There's those basic placements, and there's nothing else. And if you master those placements, then Tornado's easy enough once you get used to those.
Okay, do you want to go back to Magic Archer?
But Magic Archer once again does all of the work all of the time. He will snipe all the troops and get tower damage.
so much.
What's
I think
especially cool about the Magic Archer in tournament standard is that it's able to two-shot minions, and that's carried
Oh.
over to other troops as well.
Super good.
But the
Yeah.
whole point of it being a skill cap card, or what makes it the highest skill cap card, is just the angling. Like, it's kind of hard to make an angle with a straight line when you have a bunch of like tiles.
Oh, for sure.
It all depends on the specific tile you use, because if you put one tile over too far, the angle
It's not going
doesn't
to
work.
get damage.
Yeah.
That's why it works
But,
so well with the tornado.
Yeah,
The
like that's
it's like
that's
the
a good reason.
executioner tornado.
But what I appreciate is how they realized that this is such a good card and they made it die to Fireball. If it didn't die to Fireball, imagine where.
Dude.
Yeah,
would be
imagine where it would
everywhere.
be now. Imagine it being like Cannon Card. Like imagine it being kind of like that kind of level. Like you still has a high skill cap, but it doesn't die to Fireball. It has to die to Fireball plus something else.
That is true. And it's only 4 elixir as well.
Yeah.
What are the usage rate for the Hog Rider?
Usage rate for
Oh,
the
hog
Royal
is
Hogs
high.
Hog Rider, just
for
hog.
GCs
No, for
for-
ladder.
or ladder. Let me
It's
look
like
it up.
50%, I think. It's a really high.
For
I've
just
used
ladder,
it before.
I would like to say
Uh,
that I had used previously a Bridge
58.
Spam deck that utilized both, or all three, which is Zappies, Hunter, and Magic Archer, and it was pretty much the perfect fireball bait. Especially since these three cards not many people see. So whenever you go up against cards that most people don't see, most of the time you're not going to know how to counter them properly.
Yeah. So for the
That's
ladder
what-
usage of Royal Hogs is 55.9, and the usage is 0.8. I'm guessing this is mostly because most people do not have them leveled up already, as they're still a
Yep.
newish card.
If
Or if you
they
do,
will,
they're
they'll
maxed.
go, bro.
Oh, Expo. Oh, Expo's so down there. It's sad.
Yeah, but they keep on nerfing free-to-play options. That's what I hate. It's so bad.
Well,
nerf
they-
freaking-
Currently, what's going on is they're nerfing every free-to-play option except for Giant. Giant has been
Why?
mostly well off. I
How
couldn't
has
tell
hog
you.
been nerfed?
Hog got a damage nerf. Did he get damage nerf? I think he got a damage nerf earlier.
Maybe they should nerf Giant. Giant's being used a lot.
Giant. Okay, let me look up the Giant usage rate. Currently Hog is winning the win rate and usage
Once
over
again,
any. Yeah, over everything but like Wizard. Wizard's also super up there for usage for ladder,
Wizard is good
30%.
in challenges. It's good in ladder.
I mean, when you play it in ladder, you just have it maxed, and you play against like level 9 or 10 fireballs, and just like it works. Giant is at a 60 win percent, but a 10% usage rate.
That's a little. Maybe skilled players.
I couldn't tell you. Wait, let me fix this. All arenas, arena 12. There we go. Okay, so now we have some different stats. Okay. But also, Ernie, you wanted to get into smaller Clash Royale YouTubers, correct?
yeah. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. So a lot of people ask me, like, how did you come up with like the quick tips series and such? And my answer every time would be, it's basically the experience I had when I was personally looking up cards or just browsing YouTube in general. So whenever I'd say, you know what, the witch looks pretty cool, and this was like back when the witch wasn't really great, but some people used her and she was great. I would say, for example, wow, the witch looks really cool. She does pretty good things, and such. I would like to see how to use her. So I go look on YouTube or someplace like that and say how to use the witch or witch tips and such. But every single time I would come across a video that was basically someone just talking over replays, and not talking over replays in as such as here's what you should be doing when you should be doing this. It was basically just a straight up narration throughout the entire video. Okay, he's putting this down and then he's putting this down. Or I would just come across tips that were just straight up completely obvious, like obliviously obvious. So
P.E.K.K.A counters Mega Knight. Who would have thought?
Another pain, another pain that I had when I was looking at these videos was that I would have to sit there and watch like a 20-minute video or probably even longer in some cases. And at the very end of the video, I'm like, wow, this was a complete waste of time because I learned absolutely nothing. So,
Yeah.
so whenever I tell people, like, they ask, how did you make up this? I just say, I did the complete opposite. Give people the tips straight up instantly and make it short, especially in case a pro player or something like that says, oh, I didn't learn anything new. Well, then that's great because it was only like a minute.
Yeah, it's just like you're not spending all that much time on it either. You can kind of get them grinded out at least.
And it's educating people how to use a specific card.
Yeah,
So.
and then I also wanted to get into like how you can improve what you do as a Clash Royale specifically, or a Clash Royale YouTuber specifically. There's been kind of the stereotype of I don't know if any of you have also seen it, but there's been the stereotype of very low subscriber Clash Royale YouTubers, where sometimes they'll have like the basic like laughing emote or the basic king image as their profile picture, and they'll have like those. Have you ever seen those kind of like
yeah, like I tried to.
I've seen those.
Yeah, those generate
I tried to
intros where it has
one.
like the text flipping around to dubstep music or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's not me trying to be mean. That's just what I'm trying to get into.
Yeah.
Up right now is that the problem with these YouTubers, or not the problem with them, but the problem that they're having to grow is basically that you have to make yourself completely unique in your own kind of way. Because if you're sitting here trying to copy everyone else, everyone's just gonna say, why should I be watching him when I could watch the main guy who specializes in this?
Oh, for sure.
So, yeah.
Like Clash of Fashion of competitive players. That's very unique in the Clash Royale scene.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
like
I love CWA, and I have been loving his content because he gets specifically into how pros play and what specifically you should be doing and such.
I'll also add a comment to that. CWA is such a big part of the I'm going to use the word pillar. He's such a big pillar of the community. Like, actually,
oh, definitely.
I don't believe that the pro community would be anywhere near as loved if he wasn't here to shower them in it. Like, he brings them on and shows us their mindset and how they play and like how to improve. Like that's his role. He does an amazing job at it.
Yeah, big props to him. I also wanted to mention one final element to what I was talking about these small YouTubers is that quality. Quality is everything. I don't know if you guys have seen, but usually quality is pretty low with smaller Clash Royale YouTubers, and that could be not really a problem of their following. If financially you aren't able to afford like a certain editor or such. But I had started out with YouTube using like the basic editor on my computer, which was iMovie, and then when I completely mastered that, I moved to Final Cut Pro, which I'm currently using right now. But I just constantly practiced, and I just worked on smaller projects, worked on some memes and such. And every time I would go, I would just constantly learn new things. So that's why even now my videos I've started formatting my videos right now in 4K.
Ooh, fancy.
It looks really nice. I'm really glad that I moved up to using it. But
yeah,
everything that I make, I basically make all of my own graphics now just so I can have everything custom to how I want it. But I got to really emphasize the quality because maybe not everyone notices it, but a lot of people are going to appreciate it because I've had some people who have noticed it and have really appreciated it.
It's the small things that matter.
And in general, how people have appreciated how my videos cut straight to the point and such. I think I had a comment I want to bring up in a second.
Okay. While we're gonna bring that up, I'm gonna bring up our next thing is advertising in Clash Royale. So I recently downloaded another game that is similar to Clash Royale, but has a lot of like StarCraft elements where you're building up like mana bases, and you get those. So they would work as like elixir collectors, and they stay alive forever. You have to build camps to get more troops, etc. Like that kind of aspect. But it had a very unique aspect of where you once per day you would be able to spin a roulette wheel. You could get between the option of gems, rares, gold, etc. But what also would happen is you could watch a 30-second ad to get another respin. And so I thought something along the lines of Okay, so for Clash, what would happen here? Most likely, you would have like I would be completely fine with like you get a first one of the day free. After that, 10 gems. After that, 20 gems. Something like that.
Are
And the
you
rewards would
talking
be
about like
oh
gems, ads for gems? So like you
no, not
watch
ads for
ads to get
gems.
gems?
No, not like that. More like okay. So as I was stating, like you had the roulette wheel as like a once per day thing, or like if you watch an ad, or you can spin gems. And then if you were to do either of those, you could respin again. But for Clash, it'd be like get a classic challenge, get a maybe a grand challenge, and like every so often would show up in there. Maybe get a legendary chest or something big every so often,
I remember
every
seeing
10
a
rolls.
concept afterwards on Reddit. There's a lot of concepts like that, like where you get a
Yeah,
free
like
spin.
if you would have something
It's a
like
really
that,
good idea.
or some sort of aspect like that, I think you could really grow. Like even if you're like the 30-second ads actually pay you a ton of money if you look at it from that kind of standpoint, because people will pay you tons of money to get their information thrown out, even if it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think
How do
that's a
you both
pretty
feel about
interesting
this?
idea. As
Okay.
long as those ads or the ad wheel doesn't pay a huge amount to where people can just spam ads or even have
Oh, for sure.
bots or some kind of like phone tapping bot to where you just infinitely do it, especially on multiple accounts. I think that could be a good idea.
Yeah, like there's a limit, like okay, like maybe 1 or 2 ads per day, and then after that you have to spin gems. So like you get a 3 spins for day if you use your one daily, and then you use it 2 for watching ads. But then after that you can like, oh hey, there's a GC here. Okay, maybe I want to try to get this for 10 gems. Oh look, there's a legendary chest. Oh look, there's a super magical king's chest. I really want this. I'm gonna try to use 10 gems for it. So that would also encourage
So
people to
gambling.
buy gems. Like it adds both aspects.
So
But
you're
if you
saying like a
but if people
gambling system?
like almost a, honestly, that's super bad that you put it that way. Yeah, it'd almost be gambling. It is gambling.
That's what it. Yeah,
But
because like you're betting gems to get a possible better reward.
yeah, but just like honestly, I don't want it to turn to that sort of thing though. Like I want it to be like an ad based thing. Like maybe you only get like 1 roll, and then you only do another like 2 rolls per day.
Like a
Like I don't know,
24
maybe
hour
that's how it works. Yeah, like you get a 1 day, you get a 1 daily, and then it resets another 24 hours. Then maybe you get a maximum of like watching 2 to 3 ads per day. Like maybe that's something that could happen.
That
I
could be
don't know.
implemented with quests.
Yeah, that's
Do the
basically
like a daily
quests.
reward thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but just like
I agree with that.
I kind of want Quest to just be improved, because right now it just feels super bad. Like maybe like once a week randomly, you get all quests for today are doubled for whatever reward they
Ooh,
have,
that
or doubled.
I would
So
like
like,
to
oh
see
hey,
that
I'm
would
like,
be good.
I would like to see quests have higher and lower values than others. And I would like
oh,
some quests in general just to be removed, like where it's like use this card combined with this card on ladder.
play
And they're just
specific.
two completely random
that
cards like
skeleton and
Mirror
Vulcan
and Rage or something like that.
Oh, for sure. Like I got play Witch and Giant Skeleton yesterday. Like I can't use this. I'm at 5200. I can't play
Right.
these cards.
But as I
Like
was
I'll just
mentioning
lose.
earlier, you should they should just remove straight up bad quest, or they should improve the rewards for using certain quests. Like if I take like probably like 30 minutes to do a quest, I don't want to just end up with like 20 quest
Like at
points.
900. Yeah. Like
Or do you think they should remove all 1v1 quests in general, like only on ladder?
I think 1v1 chests are fine, or quests are fine.
No,
To
like
be
on ladder
honest.
though.
I
Ladder
think
is stressful as hell.
I think 1v1 quests are necessary because it makes people push for ladder to get their quest points.
Yeah.
And a big issue we have in the community right now is people not wanting to push for ladder. Although the season that the after 4K the split, that's helping out ladder a lot, but then there's still the over leveling problem on top of it. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
them
I don't think that
implementing
problem
that,
will ever go
it
away.
helps ladder
Not
out a
that-
lot. Like a lot of people are able to push past their personal best. I know I have been able to.
I'm trying
These
to.
past 2 seasons because of that. So I think
Yeah.
that really helped a lot with ladder.
I
Like,
would like to also mention that a good way to help out ladder is to have way more gold rush and gem rush way more often.
oh,
Like
for
maybe
sure.
once or
Like,
twice a week. would be great instead of like once every 2 months or so.
But like, getting back on like the
more
quest kind of
special.
topic, it's just like I think that you should have a weekly challenge and a monthly challenge, to be honest, of just like these gigantic goals and sets of like what you can get for.
Do
Like,
like
I don't know.
one, like for example, instead of doing a bunch of mini quests, do like one
Combine
quest,
'em.
like 3 quests that are huge, and
Yeah,
they all accumulate to just like a legendary chest or like a magical or something like that. Is that what you
yeah,
mean?
just like something okay. No, well, like, so for like weekly chests, you could get, like a guaranteed magical or a legendary or something. Like, I feel like that would greatly help ladder, as you would have a greater influx of cards, because that's where most people's biggest problems is. But another thing is just like we don't have like a big monthly challenge of just like, well, look at this. Here's like 3 super magical chests or something of like that caliber. Like something like such a high reward, but it requires you like, okay, I have to think about this like, well, I don't know, like once a day. I have to try to get this. It's like maybe it's sign on and win 5 1v1 battles every day of the month. I don't know. I don't know what the challenge would be, but if you can have something like, okay, so here's something that everybody wants, or like maybe it's 10 free GCs or something like
That'd be
that.
fantastic.
Okay,
10 for GCs. I don't know about that.
just like I don't know, like something like that kind of magnitude.
That's
Like if you
that's
have
a
it stack
lot.
up, that's
I
$10
mean,
worth. Yes,
you
but
gotta
it
compare
also
it. You gotta compare it to like goals. Like if this goal is gonna take like over a month to achieve, then maybe 5 GCs. I wouldn't go past.
sure. Like I'm like that's reasonable,
Because
but
like
I'm
you
just
gotta
like
go ahead, go ahead.
like I'm just stating like I don't know what the rewards would be, but I'm or the challenge itself. But if you have something that people like want to get and are aiming to get, then that makes them think about the game more often. That makes them, well, I'm a good enough player. Maybe if I spend another $20 here for gyms to buy to GCs or to buy another chest or something, maybe
Yeah.
I can push the ladder.
They give you an option like 10 cards that you want, and they give you an option what cards you want. Besides,
Oh, for sure. Like if you could pick like what epics or rares you want out of like a certain chest, then that would just be incredible. Like that could be like a good weekly chest. Like you just like a weekly challenge. So you complete the weekly challenge, it gives you 50 rares that you want, 5 epics, and 500 commons that you want, but only in 3 of those specific ones. So there's no like 250 here, this amount here, etc. You get exactly that many. That way you're able to work on, okay, here's my zaps, or here's my ice spirit or skeleton or whatever. Here's my 50 hogs. Here's my 5 hunters. That way you're able to work on more than one deck. Like there's the one deck problem for ladder as well.
Yeah, that's a huge issue. Well, Drake, what's your opinion on when you get a certain chest in a quest of like re-rolling it? Do you get what I mean by that?
That would be kind of fine, except
What
for
would we think of that?
whenever you get a gold chest, you can just like, oh, reroll.
Exactly. That's
Or a giant chest, oh, reroll.
Recently,
speaking-
you go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Real quick. Speaking of chests, I just want to ask. I had people saying that they were able to get like free gold chests in the shop, but all I've ever received are silver chests.
There's no gold chests.
Okay, just
I've only
checking.
seen
And also,
silver.
real quick, I want to bring up that comment that I just brought up. I'm gonna read it here. Can you guys hear me fine?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I'm just switch over to Chrome. It says, whoa, no annoying introduction monologue, only depicts realistic scenarios, clear and easy to understand. You just got yourself a faithful subscriber. So just relating back to what I was talking about earlier, it
Dang.
really goes a long way.
yeah, there's no intro. It just goes right on the point.
Yeah, that's a good main goal.
Yeah, it's a
You wanna
good
talk
one.
about the baby dragon and infernal dragon knockback.
Oh, that's
It made it so bad since Fireball can now stun the infernal dragon.
yeah. That
If
really took a huge hit.
Like it's like a zap card, but you have more of them. Like if you have zap and fireball. It's
Yeah.
super annoying. What about the CRL?
CRL, I haven't been looking at it too much, to be honest.
It's supposed to be Tribe and Complexity.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Or NA, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that I haven't really been following the esports aspect of Clash Royale. Like, I've missed out on a lot of like watching all the previous games from like years or probably like months or years ago. But for CRL, I want to start getting into it and taking a look at what's going on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, so today it's Complexity and Tribe. I'm not sure if you guys are with them, but does anyone? Do we have anyone? Who do we think will win?
I'm
do we have
not.
any ideas? Any calls?
I haven't gotten too into it. Like, if you could give me like, I don't even know any of the players, to be honest. Like, I'm not like, for me, I'm like, the pro scene isn't exactly like teams. It's more of specific players I want to root for.
Yeah, like
Well,
I
like, that's-
can easily recognize certain like hugely pro players like Surgical Goblin or Pompeo
Tag.
or some other people,
Tag.
especially some people who
Yeah.
Ash has brought back on the channel multiple times. But I haven't really been following the team.
I know Cash is playing.
Okay.
I know he's doing with Tribe versus Complexity.
Do you want to talk about the pro players like Sir Tag and Pompeo on them?
Oh,
do
Tag.
we
Don't
wanna-
even get me started
Do
on
we want?
Tag.
Do we want to talk about the Surgical Goblin? With,
No, let's not. Let's not.
It's
already-
Tag.
I'll just put it this way: Surgical Goblin has already gotten enough attention. Let's not give him any more than he did necessary. And people are now pointing out in chat that he picked his nose. This is true. However, he is able to do whatever he would like with his own body.
That is
He can
true.
do whatever he feels like.
Amen.
But for me, I don't want to give any more attention to drama that has already happened in the past. Let's focus on like other people being good.
No,
Okay.
He's still a good enough person.
I don't want to talk about drama.
I mean, well, you mentioned Surgical and then immediately started laughing. So I went on a little bit of a rant there. It's just like that's
Give him
me though.
attention.
I did get. I'm sorry, guys. I did do this.
Give him attention, man.
I did.
Like,
I did do
like
this
ladder
thing.
gods like Jack and Pompeo. They're super good at what they do at ladder.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Pompeo
re-pull
got
up
number one
CR.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 3 times I think with
Yeah.
multiple accounts.
Mainly Balloon, but I think is he still playing Balloon after that nerf to it? Like,
Yes. He
Yes.
Pompeo got first place in a CWA tournament with Balloon Freeze. I'm pretty
Ooh.
sure. Or no, I think it might have been Lava Balloon. I'm not sure exactly. He had Balloon
Okay.
with it though.
So currently
Still
first
strong.
in the U.S. is Tess. He was using Lava Loon with a Valk.
Yeah, no, Valk's everywhere, man. They just
Valk
need
is.
that card.
Second is
Yeah.
a guy with bridge spam. Third is another
Valk
Lava
and a
Loon
Lava
deck.
Loon deck just shows that there's a problem.
Yeah.
Flob is
However-
using a cannon cart.
However, at the same
Golem.
time, I could see it because Lava Loon usually has a lot of flying units. So if you want to have one really strong ground unit, then Valkyrie is your go-to card.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Oh yeah, it was like a pre-nerf Night Witch, when Night Witch could be literally played in any single deck and
Are you talking
Oh,
about when
like
she had
What about
the
first came
four
out.
deaths on
Yeah, the first-
4 bats.
4
Like,
bats
it
or
could
3
be put
bats?
in a-
Because
in a
there were
ice
2
Four.
different
roll
stages to
meter.
the Night Witch.
Okay,
4.
so someone just posted me a link for a power templating for a weekly spin. So you know how I was going on earlier about the gambling thing? You get
Yeah.
a once a week free spin. There's nothing else. The rewards are gold, silver chest, 1 legendary, a free GC, 100 gems, basically a GC. 10 epics, 1,000 gold, 50 commons, 10 gems, 20 rares, a giant chest, a free CC, so 10 gems, magical chest, 10,000 gold, or another legendary. Like,
If
I
we-
kind of like this.
If that was implemented, we'd have to make the bigger rewards a less
Oh, for sure.
chance, not like all equal divided in half. You get what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
You think the cards that support Golem is gonna get nerfed, or Golem itself is gonna get nerfed because
Golem
Beatdown has been
itself
out a lot.
I don't think Golem
is not
itself is
getting
going to get
nerfed.
nerfed. No, because it's a win
Golem
condition.
itself
They
is
wouldn't.
perfectly fine.
They don't ever nerf most of the time a win condition, because then it kills off that win condition. The point of a
Yeah,
win
Killing a
condition
win
is
or
to be
nerfing a win
strong.
condition in general not only does what you just mentioned, but it also raises the use rates of other win conditions that could usually be countered by it.
Okay,
Yeah,
do
for
you want to
sure.
touch on one last subject before we end?
Oh
it?
yeah, for sure. I had one last subject. Our last subject is we each had to challenge each other to using a certain deck, or using at least a certain card, and making our own deck.
Okay, you tell me
So,
first. I'm going with my
Ernie,
phone.
since you're our special guest of the week, I would like you to go first.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Just
I
give me
would
the
Pick anyone
say
here you want, and tell them whatever garbage or best deck you want them to play.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting on right now.
okay, I got a pretty
Okay,
good deck.
okay,
This deck
go
I've
on,
been
go on.
using for quite a while, a pretty long while. And it's been just showing success for a long time. Right now I'm using Expo, and I would like to start maining Expo, but this giant deck has been unbelievable, and it's the reason why Night Witch is my highest level legendary.
Got you.
Okay,
So
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
gonna,
if you
I'm
ever
gonna,
want, sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you for half of a second.
that's fine.
If
It's
you
fine.
ever
I'm
want,
gonna.
if you ever want Expo help, I'm here. Like this is the only thing I do for ladder. It's my only actual way to win. But continue
pretty
on
nice.
now.
All right, here.
Okay,
Let
let's
me
touch
bring
up
up
the
the deck real quick, and I'll tell you how it works.
I think I might have saw it a
Okay.
while back off of your channel.
I
Not too
haven't.
sure,
I
though.
actually haven't shown this deck. I've shown a couple other decks in some of my old deck videos, but not this one. I was planning on showing this one for a bigger video, though. Okay, so the card is here are the 4 cards. It's Giant, Night Witch, Dark Prince, Mega Minion. Tell me when you guys got that.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Giant, Night Witch, Dark Prince, Mega Minion.
Giant, Night
Okay, got
Witch,
that.
Dark Prince. Got you. Actness, you got it?
I'm good.
And then the last 4 cards are Poison, Tesla, Ice Spirit, and Zap.
Tesla.
Ooh.
Poison,
That's a
Tesla, Ice
spicy.
Spirit, and Zap.
Tesla, Ice Spirit, and Zap. Okay, I got that.
Almost.
Okay, and who are you gonna make use this
Ooh.
interesting deck?
I want to mention real quick that there's a cool little finger trick I like to do with when I'm deploying my Night Witch and my Giant. Do you guys know how to quick tap?
How to double tap? Yeah, I
Yes.
got you.
Well, I mean quick tap, where you're able to put like 2
Two things
units
down,
down
like, yeah.
instantaneously.
Yeah, at once.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I would love to do that with the Night Witch and the Giant, and it
It is
has
a very good.
place where the arena tower quickly locks onto the Giant, and the 2 bats spawn, and the 2 bats that are spawned can't be killed by the arena tower.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It is very good. Now,
Yeah, and
who's
then the
using
Dark
the
Prince in general is just like a separate mini win condition because you could just send him at the bridge. In certain cases, it may not
It has
always
a big
work,
spam
but
element.
yeah.
spam.
And then just the poison in general used with the Giant is still amazing.
Okay. So, your options for using this deck are me, Actness, or Shoryuken. Who is your target?
Please me.
I'll pick you.
Oh, I got
Ooh.
you.
You're
got
also the star of this podcast too.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate this. Anyways, let's see. Actness, would you like to go
Yeah.
second?
I'll
I'm no
do-
longer a target. So
I'll
keep
go.
this in mind. Yes, you can tell someone else the deck to use. Your current targets are Shoryuken or Ernie.
I'll pick Ernie.
Okay, got you.
All right.
Okay, just tell them what deck to use.
Let me see.
Could be anything bad as Clone Spell or anything good as Killing.
No, I'm not doing anything too bad for him. Let me see. So I'm gonna give you this interesting deck.
Okay.
It's all right. Let me make sure I have it. Okay, here it is. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
First 4 cards are Mega Minion, Battle Ram, Archers, and Miner.
Ooh.
I'll tell you when I'm ready. Just repeat one more time.
Mega Minion, Battle Ram, Archers, and Miner.
All right, I got it.
Ice Spirit, Fireball Zap,
Did you say
and
Ice
P.E.K.K.A.
Spirit or Fire Spirit?
Ice Spirit,
Ice.
Okay.
Fireball Zap, and P.E.K.K.A.
Ooh, interesting.
Bridge spam.
I kind of like this. I mean, bridge spam with archers though. I really like archers. Probably just like me being biased though.
All right, I got it. You
Anyways,
want me to use it on ladder?
Yeah.
Oh, this a
Use
use
joke.
it
Okay.
however you feel like
you
it.
don't have to use it on ladder.
What I'm going to try and do is I'm pretty much going to narrate over it, despite the irony of me talking about narrating over replays is terrible.
Yes.
But I'll just narrate that for the purpose of the podcast, and we will be doing pretty well.
Okay, but anyway, Shoryuken, now you can give Actness a deck, and I'll be saving mine for you last.
Okay, Actness. I'm gonna give you the old version of Night Witch Giant. Mind control.
Ooh.
Okay,
What I
so
can
Okay.
actually do right now is I'll put my friend link in the share your content Clash Royale.
Sounds
so that
good.
you can
No,
spectate
you're
it.
gonna get swarmed. Just letting you know.
Confetti's
ready?
gonna fill the screen, but I'm gonna do that right now.
Actness.
Yep.
Okay, it's Giant,
Alright.
Giant Minions, Miner, Log, Night Witch, Fireball, Minion Horde, and Zap.
Alright.
Okay, so Shoryuken, are you ready for this? I have the deck
Yes.
I've been using for ladder. Night
Yes.
Archers, Ice Spirit,
Archers.
Skeletons.
Hold on. Can you repeat that?
Okay, Night Archers, Skeletons, Ice Spirit.
Alright. Archers, Skeletons, Ice Spirit. Okay, go.
Okay, Tesla, Log, Fireball, and in mortar.
Okay, I just sent the friend link.
Alright.
Yeah, I got you.
Spectate me. Then there you
Shoryuken,
go.
can you I'm missing one card, I think.
11?
I'm missing a card.
You missed him?
I got you added, Ernie.
What's
Okay,
the card?
cool.
What's the deck?
Wait, want me to show you the deck?
I need you to repeat it.
Okay, it's Giant Night Witch,
Oh, Night Witch, that's not what I'm missing. Okay, I think I have it. 3.5?
yeah.
Alright, I got it.
Okay. Anyways, I think that might be all the time we have for today. Might just
We'll
be.
start off with that.
Unless
Yeah,
Ernie wants
next
to do an
time.
attack.
Would you guys, if you guys have time or not, would you guys want me to play one ladder match and just narrate over how I do with
That's
this deck?
fine.
Sure, that's completely fine.
Okay,
But-
I'll start right about now then. So if anybody
Alright.
wants to spectate, my friend link is in share your content Clash Royale, that Discord channel, and we will start right now.
Alright.
Great.
All right, we are going up
Sweet.
against Emperor Dat. Good luck to him. I'll use my goblin thumbs up emote. Uh-oh. You said good game and thanks, with also the thumbs up. We're in for some
Here,
trouble. All right. He places down Royal Giant in the left hand,
Oh, we
right
got a
in the
pro
back
player
of the
over
King
here.
Tower. I send my miner over in the anti-tornado spot. He just leaves that alone. I'm going to place my P.E.K.K.A, luckily, right as soon as he gets to the
Nice
bridge.
pick.
That way I prevent him. Oh, yep. He did what I thought he was going to do. He placed something right in front of the Royal Giant. However, we do have P.E.K.K.A, so the P.E.K.K.A is going to take care of that Valkyrie pretty quickly, and the Royal Giant shouldn't get that much damage. Royal Giant only gets 3 swings. I'm going to put my Mega Minion behind the P.E.K.K.A, and I also just put down my archers behind the P.E.K.K.A too, but he used Fire Spirits, Zap, and Arrows. He really overcommitted there. He said, well played. I said, thanks. Well played, man. All right. I'm determining that in his cycle right now, he has his Royal Giant. He said, good game through his Royal Giant at the bridge. I'm going to cycle my miner over to the tower, throws down Nice Spirit. Waiting for my P.E.K.K.A to load. He throws down a Crying Face, and then drop the P.E.K.K.A right about now. Taking a bit of damage on my or on my Crown Tower in general, but also since he's leaving that miner alone, it's also doing a significant amount of damage. So I have yet to use my battle ram, but I'm going to start right about now as soon as I defend off this
Terrible.
He's
mega
up,
minion. All right. I want to accumulate. I have enough elixir. I have 6 elixir, but I want to accumulate enough to where I can throw down a battle ram and a miner. Throw down the battle ram. I'm throwing the miner in the very back of the crown tower. He throws down a cannon. It's maybe a little bit of trouble, especially since he is a Valkyrie. I think I'm just going up against a straight counter deck, especially with the Maid of Valkyrie online right now. He's going. Oh wow, that battle ram actually took
Did
the
a lot.
tower down to 52 health. That's actually amazing. I'm gonna throw down archers to defend his counter push of a mega minion and Valkyrie. He throws down Royal Giant in the left hand lane. I throw down P.E.K.K.A, and I'm actually going to throw a battle ram behind that P.E.K.K.A along with a miner. Hopefully the can locks onto the P.E.K.K.A before the miner. Yes, it does. Now those fire spirits are done trying to clean up my P.E.K.K.A, which fails. I throw down my archers in the back. Wow.
Oh wow.
Left-hand crown tower is down. He tries to throw down a Royal Giant. I throw down my P.E.K.K.A. And with his other crown tower having only 52 health, I think this is a good game. Give him the Hog Rider Kiss emote, which is my opinion the best BMing tool, along with the Goblin Sunglasses tool. Good game. If I could have it where he can't even, he can't even. My left-hand crown tower, which was the only crown tower was damaged, only had 82 health left. Good game.
Very good.
Justin,
Good way to end off the
Yemmers for all.
podcast.
That was a pretty good deck. I'm glad you guys give me a good deck and not a trash deck, specifically because I would have faced off against the BMer and I would have lost. So thank you.
Always a bad one. Anyway, thanks for guys being here. See if we make it another time.
Thank you, Ernie.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah,
Thank
this
you for
was
coming.
fun.
Thank you for guest of the week, Ernie. Thank you, Actness. Thank you, Shoryuken.
Yep.
And I am Drake, your fake host. Or at least attempt host. We were making an attempt.
You did pretty good.
I can rant, and I can rant well. Let's just say it that.